A single coffee cup remains on the table after breakfast. This small task is traded for a brief moment of rest. The sun moves across the floor as the hour passes by. The unwashed cup stays exactly where it was left earlier today. A laptop sits open on a nearby desk in the room. The character looks at the screen but glances at the kitchen. One small item left behind creates a tiny mental anchor. This weight is invisible but felt throughout the productive morning hours. A jacket is tossed over the back of a chair. It joins the list of things to be handled later. The character picks up a pen from the floor. They place it on the desk instead of the drawer. Every small delay adds a new layer to the room. The environment begins to feel slightly crowded and heavy now. Dust settles on the surface of the unused books nearby. Time moves forward while the small tasks wait for attention. A stack of mail sits untouched near the front door. Each envelope represents a tiny decision that remains unmade today. The character looks at the mail for a brief moment. They walk past it toward the sofa instead of acting. A charging cable falls from the desk to the floor. The character watches it fall, but does not reach down. The fallen cable stays on the rug like a snake. It is one more small friction point in the workspace. Focus becomes harder to maintain as the day goes on. The mind keeps track of everything left out of place. A half-empty water glass sits on a stack of papers. The moisture creates a small ripple in the top sheet. A drawer remains slightly open in the kitchen area. Dipsquab. Non vigani washadi axios. Alagamektashawa. Del. It breaks the clean line of the counter below it. The character walks past the drawer without closing it. Their steps are slow and seem heavier than before today. The accumulation of small delays is now clearly visible. The room feels like a series of unfinished thoughts. A plant in the corner needs a little water. Its leaves droop slightly toward the wooden floor below. The character looks at the plant while they wait. They decide that tomorrow will be better for chores. A pile of shoes sits by the front door. They are tangled together in a messy social heap. The character kicks one shoe further into the pile. Well, this small act of avoidance adds to the friction. The mental load of these items begins to grow. Every glance around the room brings a tiny sigh. Light from the window begins to dim slightly now. Evening approaches while the list of small tasks remains. A remote control rests on the floor by the rug. It is out of reach, but remains unpicked today. The kitchen sink is no longer completely empty now. Two more plates join the lonely morning coffee cup. The character turns on the faucet for water. They wash their hands but leave the dishes alone. The resistance to starting feels much stronger right now. A small snowball has become a heavy winter drift. Shadows grow longer across the messy kitchen counter. The environment reflects the state of the busy mind. An open book lies face down on the chair. Its spine is bent from being left like this. The character sits down on the edge of the bed. They look at the blanket that was never folded. They reach out and pull the blanket up slightly. It is a small effort that feels quite difficult. A single sock lies on the floor nearby. Its partner is nowhere to be found this evening. The feeling of being behind schedule is persistent. Small things left undone create a loud internal noise. A pen without a cap sits on the shelf. The ink begins to dry out in the air. Noticing these patterns is the first step toward clarity. This space is for those noticing the small things. The character picks up the pen from the shelf. They find the cap and click it into place. One small action provides a tiny sense of relief. The weight begins to lift with this one choice. The character moves toward the kitchen sink now. Their steps are slightly lighter than they were before. They stand before the unwashed morning coffee cup. It is the same task from many hours ago. The character picks up a sponge and soap. They begin to clean the ceramic surface slowly. The cup is placed on the drying rack. It is clean and ready for tomorrow morning. The desk area is the next small stop. The character clears the stack of white papers. The desk surface looks much larger than before. Space for new ideas is finally opening up. The character picks up the single gray sock. They place it inside the laundry basket nearby. The rug is now clear of any clutter. The room feels balanced and quiet once again. The character finally sits down for the evening. Their mind is no longer tracking undone tasks. A glass of water sits on a coaster. No papers are underneath it to be ruined. The evening feels full and very peaceful now. Small choices have transformed the entire environment today. Tomorrow will start with a clear space. This is the quiet reward for small actions. The character closes their eyes for rest. The cycle of intention begins with one cup.